Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your SmackDown results and 205 Live. First off, we got birthdays from August 21st to 22nd. On the 21st, Trent Seven, he was born 1981. Eve Torres, she was born 1984. NXT Raymond Rowe of the War Raiders, turned 34. And 22nd, August 22nd, Stevie Ray was born 1958. Paul Ellering was born 1953. Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso was born 1985. The twins. Neville was born 1986, and Apollo Crews born 1987. WWE Film Table 4-3 episode with the wives of Randy Orton, Matt Hardy, and WWE Hall of Famer Kurt Angle in Brooklyn this past weekend. No word yet on when it will air, but we'll keep you updated. And I think I got the photos at this link. Yeah, this link. So you decide. We know who Matt Hardy's wife is, what she looks like, but Randy Orton and Kurt Angle. As I said, we finally did it. First WWE Table of 3 for Wives episode. Had a blast with these beautiful ladies at Kim.Orton01 at Ruby Sky. Stay tuned. Maybe you should be afraid, boys, at the real Kurt Angle, at Randy Orton, at Matt Hardy brand. And that link is on Instagram. Yesterday, Luke Gallows tweeted that he was in a relationship with Nia Jax. The tweet got some mainstream media as The Sun ran a story here about the alleged couple. Gallows and Jax were apparently just trolling fans as they woke up later that evening. You can check out the entirety of their relationship in the following. At Luke Gallows, WWE. Not to be weird, but with a strong heart, I have to report I'm dating Nia Jax. At Nia Jax WWE. At Luke Gallows again. The rigors of high-profile relationships are grueling. It's been a heavy heart that I have to announce that at Nia Jax WWE, and I have mutually decided to part ways. Thank you for respecting our privacy during these trying times. Hashtag one day relationship. Hashtag sad day. Well, at Lena Fadine at Nia Jax WWE, I can't handle this right now. The only thing she said. Raw Commissioner Stephanie Mann has ordered General Kurt Angle to take some time off and named Baron Corbin as the acting Raw General Manager. Angle took to Instagram after Raw and wrote the following. I'm really sorry that I won't be on Monday Night Raw for a little while. I enjoyed every minute of it with the WWE Universe. I was told by Stephanie McMahon that I needed a vacation. I don't know if it's temporary or permanent. I hope I will be back sooner than later. Thank you, WWE Universe. Much love. Hashtag is true. WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns recorded for an episode of Disney Elena of Avalar cartoon earlier today. No word yet on when the episode will air. As Roman tweeted at WWE Roman Reigns. Hashtag SummerSlam week has been busy, but had the exciting opportunity to be in the studio before hashtag Raw to record a guest role for an upcoming episode of Disney's hashtag Elena of Avalar. Impact Wrestling today announced TV tapings will take place on Thursday, September 13th and September 14th at Fronton, Mexico, in Mexico City, Mexico. Marking the first time the flagship weekly show, Impact, will emanate from south of the border, featuring top professional wrestling stars such as Impact World Champion Austin Aries, Johnny Impact, Eli Drake, Moose, Eddie Edwards, Sami Callihan, and Mexican superstars, the Lucha Brothers, Pentagon Jr., and Phoenix. Impact is broadcast across Mexico on Saturday nights at 9:30 p.m. on 52MX. We are excited about the historic trip to Mexico as we continue to expand our live event schedule globally, said Impact Wrestling President Ed Nordholm. We look forward to working closely with our promotional partners at Lucha Libre AAA and our broadcast partner 52MX to bring an unforgettable experience to our passionate fan base in Mexico, heading into the final stretch for the Mile for Glory this October. The iconic Fronton, Mexico, is a world-class entertainment complex located near Central Square in Mexico City, known as Plaza de la Republica. After being closed for 2 decades, the state-of-the-art facility reopened its doors last year. Last night, WWE Raw saw Titus Worldwide lose to Authors of Pain. There was a post-show video of Mike Rome talking to Titus O'Neil, Apollo Crews, and Dana Brooke. Titus expressed frustration over their recent losses, and Dana told him to relax, but he's not being the leader he needs to be. Crews calmed things down, and they ended it with the Titus Worldwide shout-out. There's speculation on a new storyline with Brooke and Crews after their backstage segment last night on Raw. During the show, Apollo and Brooke were about to make a kissy face. Wonder what his wife is going to say about that. Apollo Crews. It looks like Jason Jordan could be interested in a potential career as a WWE producer. Wrestling Observer newsletter reports that Jordan has been shadowing WWE producers as of late, while he's been on the injury scene following his neck surgery. He's learned a way to learn the ropes for that business. The same thing as Matt Hardy. I also noted the situation surrounding Jordan's neck is worse than expected. There's no word yet on when he will be back in the ring. He underwent neck surgery on February 5th and was cleared several weeks back, tentatively scheduled to return to the ring in July, but plans have changed and he's not expected back anytime soon at last word. Also, I just told you about Matt Hardy possibly moving into a producer's role, as his WWE contract doesn't end until March. So at least he'd be in some type of contractual obligations. Hardy is currently out of action with injuries in his in-ring future is up in the air. We now know why Matt Hardy has been teasing changes to his WWE status in a series of recent cryptic tweets. Wrestling Observer newsletter reported that Hardy is scheduled to take some time off due to the injuries. Hardy recently revealed that his lower back and pelvis have started fusing together, and while the pain isn't too bad, it is frustrating. Hardy is planning on starting new training rehab methods that should help him with the pain. Hardy and Bray Wyatt's match against the Revival and Raw Tag Team Champions, the B Team, on Monday's Raw was done as the blow-off to the leaders of the World Tag Team, as Hardy teased in his post-show tweet with Wyatt. There's been talk of Hardy shadowing WWE producers to learn the ropes, with the idea of him working a producer role in the near future. Hardy is scheduled to undergo treatments for his various injuries, and after that is done, a decision will be made in regard to a possible ring return. With capacity he might return in, if he will have to work a limited schedule or not. If he's back full time, probably get the Hardy Boys return before he does get the retirement angle. Seth Rollins is interviewed by Sports Illustrated to promote the SummerSlam pay-per-view. And here are the highlights. Obviously, at the SummerSlam, this was done before SummerSlam. The rumor that Roman Reigns might face Rock at WrestleMania. I'd like it to be Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. If he would want to face The Rock at Mania, that's cool too. Don't get me wrong, I love Rocky. I think he's great. Love everything he's done for the business. But my gut, my first instinct, says we don't need him. We don't need him at all. If we're not the guys who can main event WrestleMania, then how are we ever going to be The Rock? How are we going to be the Stone Cold Steve Austin? We can't hold on to these guys forever. We just can't. To me, let's do Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns before we do Seth Rollins, The Rock. That's me. Roman Reigns responds to Steve Austin saying that he should turn heel. If Reigns should turn heel, I don't know. He's an interesting spot as a character until there's something that really feels like, okay, we push it one way or the other. He still gets one of the loudest reaction, one way or the other, every single night, no matter where we're at. And whatever town we're at. If we're in Paducah, Kentucky, on a Sunday afternoon, and there's a billion kids in the crowd, he's going to be universally praised, and when he hits a spear, and they'll all go bananas. When he's in Brooklyn, New York, at SummerSlam, the place can turn their back and boo him out of the building. But he's still getting a reaction. So, I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is, but I'm happy. It's not my decision to make. Rollins also discussed not being upset with Brock Lesnar for having a great deal. Fortnite, Ronda Rousey being impressive so far, and more. MLW results taped on August 17th. They open this week's episode with a quick memorial to Jim the Anvil Neidhart. ACH and Rich Swann versus the Hart Foundation. Hart Foundation led the crowd into playing of the Canadian national anthem before the match started. But they didn't get very far into it before their opponents cut off the music. ACH and Davey Boy started things off as Smith Jr. nose-hold a shoulder block to return a couple of his own before hitting a scoop slam. Teddy Hart took the tag next, and then Swann entered the match. Hart took Swann down in the ring into a rings of Saturn. Swann tried to flip Hart over into a pin, but it didn't work. They traded some arm wrenches, and then Teddy took Swann down with a springboard arm drag takedown. Teddy nailed a power slam off the ropes, and later hit the sunset flip, but ACH broke up the pin. Smith Jr. sent ACH out of the ring, and then he slammed Swann over the top rope to the floor onto ACH. Hart made it to the top rope, and Swann hit the Hurricanrana and then climbed to the top rope. Swann hit the frog splash for a 2 count before ACH tried to do a sharpshooter, and this drew a ton of heat. It didn't last long before Smith Jr. nailed him with a running big boot. ACH hit hard on the outside as Swann climbed up top. Brian Pillman Jr. hit Swann in the crotch with his cane, and then he fell. Smith Jr. then nailed Swann with an electric chair into a lumbar check for the win. They revealed in a backstage segment that Abyss will join Sami Callihan's team at War Games, and Tommy Dreamer in joining Team Strickland. Lucha Brothers and Konnan cut a backstage promo on Selena Del Renta. Team Filthy versus Stud Stable, Dojo Challenge. The Stud Stable was ready to invade the dojo, and Lawler was already in there waiting for them. Jake Hager stepped up to Filthy, and then Mike Perro stepped up instead in an attempt to throw Tom off. Tom took Perro down, but Perro returned with a forearm, and then he took him down. But the two were wrestling around. Perro threw a clubbing blow with his elbow, but Lawler grabbed his arm and got him in a triangle choke. So Perro tossed him against the cage. Perro shoved Lawler down, and then Lawler hit a Hurricanrana on Perro, followed by a Kimura lock. Then Perro tapped out. Winner of the match, Filthy Tom Lawler. Lawler told Hager to get in or he'd break Perro's arm, but he didn't come in. He didn't know. Jake Hager is none other than Jack Swagger. He's going under his real name. He didn't come out. The Stud Stable attacked the trainer who was there, and then Lawler ran to check on his friend. John Hennigan versus Low Key. Johnny Impact, Johnny Nitro, other names he has used, Johnny Mundo. This match started out slow, and the crowd got some chanting of their system, even though they were incredibly hot the entire night. Hennigan had his rib taped as well. They felt each other out slowly before locking up, and then there was a battle for strength as Low Key backed himself into the corner and used the rope to perform a bite of the dragon before leaving the ring with a little damage done. Hennigan grounded Low Key and worked on the leg for a bit before the champion was able to get out of the hold. Low Key fought back and took advantage of Hennigan as a challenger fought to bridge out of several predicaments. The two were displaying some real wrestling skills for a bit. Then Low Key locked in a choke while Hennigan got to the ropes. Hennigan won the next exchange with his side rush and leg sweep, and then he nailed a kick from the apron, but Low Key kicked him while trying to go up top, and Hennigan went crashing to the floor. Low Key hit a chop, 2 on the outside of the ring, and then he smashed Hennigan's head against the apron before rolling his opponent in for a 2 count. Low Key reversed a catapult with a double stomp to the chest, as his assault on Hennigan continued with a couple headbutts and a 2 count. Crowd started to rally on Hennigan's side until John Paul Oliver got red lock on his injured ribs. Low key hung Hennigan across the top rope to further damage on his ribs. Low key applied a downward stretch and another headbutt. Hennigan nailed a spinning hook kick on Low key, and then he drove the champion into the corner for some strikes. Low key started to show some wear for the first time in the match as Hennigan hung Low key off the middle rope and slid under him for a slam. Hennigan then climbed the top turnbuckle and jumped over Low key before hitting his flash kick off the ropes for a 2 count. Low key then caught Hennigan on the top rope, and then he grabbed him, hit a spin around Dragon Sleeper for a 2 count. Low key started to remove the tape on Hennigan's ribs like it was doing any good at that point, and then Hennigan nailed a standing splash fly for a 2 count. Hennigan nailed the running knee but missed the Starship Pain before Low key jumped up and nailed his double stomp for another 2 count. Then Low key nailed the switchblade kick for the win. Championship Wrestling for Arizona results for their TV episode aired taped on the 19th. Recap courtesy of Wrestling Epicenter. Jeremy McPeak opened the show backstage on the brick wall set up. The United Wrestling Network television champion Ray Rosa for an interview. Rosa said he's excited to be back in Arizona as a TV champion. He talks about defending the title against Oliver Grimsley at the 100th episode TV taping in September, but he has DeMarco Wilson tonight. Williams walks in and cuts a promo saying he shouldn't be worried about Oliver. He should be worried about him. Producer Pete Avalon hits the ring to reveal some matches for AZ100. Some of those matches are listed here. Former NWA World Heavyweight Champion Tim Storm versus professional Peter Avalon. Oliver Grimsley gets a shot at the U.S. Wrestling Network TV title against winner of tonight's main event. United Wrestling Network Tag Team Champions Reno Scum make their CWFAZ debut versus the Agents of Chaos. Agents of Chaos hit the ring and approach the PPA. They say they will basically do that because a planned match is not chaos. PPA is having none of it and reminds them that their double cross cost them control of the company to Ryan Morals for a time months back when the show was renamed the Ryan Morals Championship Wrestling Hour for Good Boys. Watson hit the ring to Mace, tag team partner, and not the Gepardo Quizmaster Robot. Watson wants on the AZ100 to be part of history. PPA says he hates to be interrupted, so he'll let Watson be on the AZ100 to challenge for any title in the company. But he has to beat both members of the Agents of Chaos in singles matches to earn that opportunity. Both R3 and exciting Evan Daniels. Miracle Mike James versus Rad Roy Alexander Davidson. Mike James is a great talent who had been fan favorite up until his recent return. He has been locked in and on again, off again, feud with Alex Salyers for months on end. Salyers is kind of a barroom brawler who at one time was a dastardly heel who tried to blind James with a lit cigar after a turn of events made them tag partners. Salyers busted a beer bottle over James's head, and James was not around for months at that point. James returned after Salyers lost to EJ Sparks and busted a beer bottle over Salyers' head. It seems the crowd was flipped, though, and now views James as a heel, even though he was a sympathetic underdog to that point. And he worked this match with Brad as a heel. James wins with a curb stop. He looked to almost want the ref to count Rad out as a knockout, almost like the Berserker would win his matches by count out. But he pinned him after a few moments. Winner Miracle Mike James by curb stomp. After the match, James stands ringside and challenges Salyers to a match at AZ100. LJ Ramos versus Big Love, Roy Martson with the Kittens. Martson is a big man who does the Playboy kind of character. After roll up, led to a 3 count. Ramos gets mad and attacks Martson from behind and jumps him on his head with a double underhook DDT. The kittens aren't happening or aren't happy. Winner of the match, Martin with a roll up. Match 3 of the best of 7 series. Next best thing, Chris Bay versus Swade Thompson. This is a championship wrestling from Hollywood. Cut to the series had split over both Arizona and Hollywood TV. Thompson gets a win back and is now down in the series 2-1. The next match will be back in Arizona. Winner of this match, Swade Thompson. United Wrestling Network TV title, Ray Rosas as champion versus Rocket Boy DeMarco Wilson. Hard-fought match ending in a spear by Rosa for the 3 count. Winner still TV champion, Ray Rosas. After the match, Oliver Grimsley attacked with a crowbar, but is foiled by Damian Drake. Overall thoughts, the championship wrestling from Arizona has grown a bit since founded last summer. As a guy who grew up in New Jersey, spoiled for local wrestling on TV, from the Sal Saboldi promotion to the even ECW and beyond. Local wrestling would air on public access or other local networks, so much that moving to Arizona in 2000, it was a little bit of a shock that there was really nothing locally. Sure, stuff has popped over there over the years. One was a company run by Navajo Warrior and ran out of a club near Arizona State University. That company spawned former WWE ring announcer Justin Roberts. And every now and then, an attempt to run Arizona TV would pop up. There was one that filmed at the Celebrity Theater, a famous concert venue in the arena that has been around for a long while. Guns N' Roses and others speak romantically about playing there back in the late to mid 80s. It had Chuck Palumbo working there as well as a few other moderately sized names, but nothing sustained itself. Randy Orton has apparently joked about some of the recent allegations against him during a dark match event at last week's TV tapings in South Carolina. That match saw Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, and WWE Champion AJ Styles defeat Orton, Samoa Joe, and U.S. Champion Shinsuke Nakamura. Orton approached some of the WWE staffers at ringside before the match and offered his hand for a handshake. Shaking the hand of one guy while laughing, whole group then broke out in laughter. This appeared to be a crack at the recent sexual harassment allegations against the WWE veteran. Former WWE writer Court Bauer noted in an older MLW podcast that Orton would greet new WWE creative writers by putting his hand down his pants, pulling out his penis, touching himself, and then introducing himself. Bauer said for every new writer that would show up, he'd come in the room, put his hands in his pants, pull out his penis, touch himself, and then say, "I'm Randy Orton. Shake my hand." "Oh, you don't want to shake my hand? You're big leaguing me." That's effed up. Should I tell Vince and Steph you won't shake Randy Orton's hand? Those allegations recently resurfaced on Reddit and were picked up by mainstream media outlets. WWE responded to media inquiries and noted that they were looking into the matter, but it's believed that there will be no action taken. The reaction from Orton and the WWE crew members could be a sign of how the allegations are being looked at within the company. As you see, the group laughed, so they ain't doing squat about it. Shows where their statements are, how true they are. Someone needs to get a video of it. Stiff Randy's video of it, stiffing Randy's hand before they shake his hand. Maybe that'll get the point. "Oh, I don't want to shake your hand unless I smell your hand first." WWE has announced that John Cena will team with Bobby Lashley to face Elias and KO at the Big Super Showdown event on October 2nd from Australia. The match was previously a singles match with Cena versus Owens. WWE announced The Miz versus Daniel Bryan for the same show, with the winner receiving a future WWE title shot. It was also announced that The Shield, Dean Ambrose, Intercontinental Champion, Seth Rollins, and Universal Champion Roman Reigns will be in action at the Super Showdown, but no opponents were named as of yet. Other top superstars that advertised include Hall of Famer Shawn Michaels. WWE Champion AJ Styles, Raw Women's Champion Ronda Rousey, SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss, Randy Orton, and Big Show. Here's an updated card for the WWE Network event for the Melbourne cricket crowd. Number 1 contenders match, Miz versus Daniel Bryan, Triple H versus Undertaker, John Cena and Bobby Lashley versus Elias and Kevin Owens. The Shield will be in action. Well, the dark match before tonight's SmackDown at Barclays Center in Brooklyn saw Asuka defeat Mandy Rose. Sonya Deville was at ringside. Asuka won the match with the Asuka lock. SmackDown opened up with the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Tom Phillips welcomes us to the show, a special edition show. Not much special to me about it. Joined in by Corey Graves and Byron Saxton. We go to the ring. Out comes The Miz and Maurice. Greg Hamilton does the ring introductions. We see footage of Maurice's interference and the win over Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam. Miz hits the ring and gets a mixed reaction as he starts off with a silent treatment, like a moment of silence type thing. Miz says he was able to close his eyes and feel that reaction. Feel like never before. Miz says something happened 2 nights ago at SummerSlam, and now he has his family to think about. Miz acts like he's getting emotional and says he's going to make this really short. Miz says with a heavy heart and utmost sadness, Maurice consoles him as fans boo. With a heavy heart and utmost sadness, Miz officially announces his retirement. Fans pop and a yes chant breaks up for the crowd. His retirement of ever facing Daniel Bryan again. Miz acts like his normal self again. Miz says the 8 years of saga of The Miz versus Daniel Bryan has come to a satisfying conclusion because he did exactly what he said he would do. He defeated Bryan in front of a sold-out Barclays Center. Miz says Bryan gave him everything he had at SummerSlam. He punched him 100 times, but 100 Bryan punches don't even amount to one Miz punch. Miz says we're looking at the hardest punch in WWE. Hell, he's the hardest punch in this entire arena. The boos continue for the crowd. Miz goes on about the win and says he did it in front of his gorgeous wife, who was sitting next to their angelic child, who he calls God's gift to TV ratings. Miz says that was Sunday, and now it's time to start his new life. A life where he will watch the 5th episode of The Miz and Maurice on WWE USA Network tonight. Miz tries to get the Miz and Mrs. chant going, but the music interrupts. Out comes Bryan. Bryan calls Miz a coward while walking to the ring. Miz puts Maurice in front of him and says the record books won't call him a coward. They will say he's a superior over Bryan in every way, as he won. Miz says Bryan will never have the chance to face him again. Bryan tells the Miz to shut up for once in his life. Bryan goes on about Miz always lying and knocks him for wearing makeup. Bryan says he told everyone he would come back to the ring, and he did. He told everyone that he would punch Miz in the face, and he did. Bryan promises to expose Miz for what he really is, a coward, a wannabe Hollywood star, cosplaying as a pro wrestler. Bryan says Miz can't close the door on facing him again just yet because Maurice interrupts him and tells him to go home, saying he should just change his mind to change his name to Daniel Bella. Music hits. Out comes Brie Bella. She runs in the ring, and Daniel just stands there, allowing her to go by him. Miz rolls to the floor. Miz gets in the ring. Miz gets in the way, but Brie rocks him and attacks. Slaps the crap out of him. Bryan and Brie look on from the ring as Maurice and Miz retreat. Bryan gives Brie props for her punch. Bryan reveals that he just spoke to SmackDown General Manager Paige, and a Hell in a Cell is made. A match at Hell in a Cell is made, featuring Brie and Bryan versus Miz and Maurice. Bryan and Brie celebrate as music hits. So the comes segment, an exclusive interview with AJ Styles. Also, Becky Lynch displays her attack on Charlotte. And the New Day versus SmackDown Tag Team Champions Bludgeon Brothers in a no DQ match for the titles. We see Jeff Hardy backstage, back commercial. Back for the ring, Miz is with Maurice in the back, looking for Paige. She walks up and Miz rants on how they are treated, how they should get special treatment for being the stars of WWE shows. He says she's a She's as bad as the general manager job that Daniel Bryan was. Paige fires back, mocks him for getting punched by Brie Bella, and says the match at Hell in a Cell is staying, and it will be awesome. Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton was up next. We go to the ring. Out first comes Jeff Hardy. Randy was out next, as you see the recent events leading to his match. They lock up and Orton takes it to the corner, working Hardy over. Jeff fights up and out, unloads, brawling Orton into the opposite corner. Hardy goes up top early on, but Orton comes from behind and shoves him. Hardy hits the post and falls to the floor as we go to commercial. Back from the break, we see how Orton slammed Hardy on top of the announce table during the break. They bring him back in the ring, and Hardy hits a whisper in the wind. More back and forth. Hardy hits a twist of fate. It goes to the top. Orton gets up and crotches him on the top rope. We can get a close-up of Orton trying to rip Hardy's ear off through the hole that he has in his ring ear. Orton goes for the second rope draping DDT, but it's blocked. Hardy goes to the signature leg drop, but he stomps Orton with a low blow instead. Referee calls for the bell, winner of the match by disqualification, Randy Orton. Kicked him in the balls. After bell, Hardy attacked Orton and sends him out of the ring. Fan chant delete as Hardy unloads and tosses Orton over the announce table. Orton fights back, but Hardy charges and drops him. Hardy sends Orton into the steel ring post and then tosses him over the barrier. Fans cheer as Hardy follows, beating Orton through the crowd. They brawl over near the production area now. Hardy with a chair over the back, and then a chair shot to the gut. Hardy with more chair shots to the back. Hardy places Orton on top of a table and then smacks him with a handheld camera. Hardy climbs on top of a stack of production cases, which was a speaker. Hardy leaped off of it with a swanton bomb, nailing Orton through it, breaking the table. Hardy smiles as he's trying to get up, and Hardy stands tall as music hits. And they end the segment there. Still to come segment, New Day versus Brothers main event. Also Becky Lynch explains her SummerSlam attack, and Naomi versus Peyton Royce. Back to commercial. Back from the break, we see what just happened with Randy and Hardy. Renee's backstage with the Bar, who requested this time to address tonight's SmackDown Tag Team title match. They want the champions next. Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows enter next. Gallows and Anderson do some comedy to preview tonight's no DQ match and comment on how it's certain that they will be the next challenger. They say if the Bar has an issue with that, they can see them in the ring. The Bar's heads are going to kick Gallows and Anderson's heads off next week. Naomi versus Peyton Royce was up next. We go to the ring. Out comes Naomi. Out next comes the Iconics, Peyton Royce and Billie Kay. They take shots at people of Brooklyn and Naomi while heading to the ring. Back from the commercial, back from the break, we see them. And we got the match underway. Naomi gets up her hand and drops Peyton. Naomi with a big split for a 2 count. Peyton goes for a 4, and Naomi baseball slides her. Naomi follows and brings it back in. Peyton turns it around after the distraction from Billie. Billie yells at Naomi while she's down, and the referee counts. Naomi returns to the ring, but Peyton attacks and beats her down for a 2 count. Peyton with more offense in the corner as the referees warn her. Peyton works over Naomi in the middle of the ring now. It keeps her grounded. Naomi ducks a kick in the corner and makes a comeback now. Naomi with a big drop kick to Peyton down, to take Peyton down. Naomi with more offense, including an insecurity for a 2 count. Peyton dumps Naomi to the apron, but Naomi kicks her in the head. Billie tries to run interference, but Naomi decks her and goes to the floor to run her face first into the ring post. Naomi comes right back in, but Peyton catches her. Peyton takes advantage and takes control, hitting the bridging suplex for the win. Winner of the match, Peyton Royce. After the match, Iconics hit the ramp, celebrate as Naomi recovers in the ring. Big E is backstage getting his ribs shaped up. Kofi and Xavier Woods entered and asking him how his ribs are doing. Big E jokes about cooked ribs that he was eating earlier backstage in their backstage segment, and admits the ribs his ribs ain't in good shape. After all, it looked like he was about to throw up from earlier. Kofi and Xavier gets hyped up on becoming 5-time tag team champions tonight. Tom shows us a video package from the highlights of SmackDown women's title triple threat, SummerSlam, and posts Match turned by Becky Lynch. We get a look at Becky's locker room door. Back to commercial. Back to the ring. Out comes Becky. Coming to the ring. Becky says she deserves to be standing here with the SmackDown Women's title and says it was stolen from her by Charlotte. Charlotte deserved the beatdown she got at SummerSlam. She goes on about how SummerSlam was supposed to be all about her. It was her chance to silence the critics who say she's only Flair's friend. Becky says that the fans are acting like they're with her, but they weren't the entire time. She goes on about how the fans weren't supporting her and how she's not called one of the greatest of all time. She became an afterthought. Becky says she never seen more clearly than when she did at the end of the SummerSlam match. She knew Flair was holding her back and had stolen her spotlight for the last time. Becky knows she's the best. There's not a person who could tell her different. Music interrupts and out comes new SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte to the stage. Flair takes off the title and holds it up, talking trash back to Becky. Flair runs to the ring and they start brawling. Flair takes the fight to the floor as the referee's trying to break it up. They bring it back in the ring and some fans chant for Becky as she nails boots to Flair. Paige comes to the stage and brings out the rest of the women's division. Superstars hit the ring to hold them back as the "Let Them Fight" chant breaks out from the crowd. They keep breaking free and fighting. Fan chant for Becky now. Flair tackles Becky out of the ring and then jumps off the apron. At her, we go to commercial as the two are held back. Rusev and Lana versus Andrade, Almas, and Zelina Vega. Back from the break, out comes Andrade and Zelina for the SummerSlam kickoff rematch. We get a sidebar video of Almas and Vega knocking Rusev day earlier. Rusev and Lana are out next. The bell rings and Almas shoves Rusev. Then rocks him. Rusev just takes it and floors Almas with a clothesline. Rusev then drops elbows and keeps Almas down. Almas counters and unloads on Rusev into the corner. More back and forth now. They tangle in the corner and Almas uses the ropes to apply an arm submission. Almas springboards in, but Rusev kicks him in the head. Lana tags in, as does Vega. Lana jumps off Almas' back to take Vega down. Lana and Rusev pose in the middle of the ring while their opponents recover on the floor. And they do the funny Hogan warrior type thing. Back from the break, Vega turns around and then kicks Lana in the head. Vega wraps Lana up in the ropes and with a submission as the referee counts. Vega slams Lana face first by her hair and covers her for a 2 count. Vega with another submission now. Lana fights out and covers for a 2 count. Vega turns that around. Vega slams Lana to the mat again. Shows off some as Almas applauds. Lana drops Vega and then slaps Almas from the corner. Lana crawls for the tag, but Vega holds her leg. Lana breaks free and tags in Rusev. Rusev unloads on Almas as they both come in. Rusev with a spin kick and a pop from the crowd. Rusev stomps as fans chant for Rusev Day. Almas dodges the Machka kick and connects with a big elbow. Almas with a running double knees in the corner for a close 2 count. Rusev avoids a hammerlock DDT and an elbow. Rusev sends Almas out to the floor. Vega comes in and goes for Rusev, but Lana hits a spear. English comes down and stops Almas from bringing a steel chair in. Rusev takes advantage and drops Almas with a Machka kick. Rusev stomps on Almas and applies the accolade for the win. After the match, Lana and Rusev stand tall as the music plays. English cheers them on. Rusev and Lana discuss English's assistance as the camera cuts away. Heck, I didn't see none of that, but they just cut away with Almas just celebrating. I mean, not Almas, but English just celebrating. U.S. champion Shinsuke Nakamura is backstage with comments on retaining his title over Jeff Hardy. Nakamura welcomes us to the United States of Knock America. Still to come, segment, an ODQ match for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. We see AJ Styles backstage. He will speak next by commercial. Back from the break, we get highlights from the WWE title at SummerSlam. Renee Young is on the stage for the mic. She introduces WWE Champion AJ Styles. Out he comes to a pop. Renee asks AJ to explain what happened at SummerSlam as he pauses. Fan chat, who's your daddy now? AJ says SummerSlam didn't end the way he wanted, but he doesn't regret what happened to Samoa Joe. AJ says Joe crossed the line that a real man doesn't cross. AJ broke a promise that he has but he has another to make to the WWE Universe and his family at home. One he won't break. The next time Joe mentions his family, he's going to rip Joe's heart out. AJ suddenly goes down, and we see Joe pull him off a ring at stage. Joe attacks AJ and drops him into the Coquina clutch. Joe breaks a hold and takes a bite. He calls out AJ's wife, Wendy, and says something about tucking in the kids tonight, but Daddy AJ already gone nighty-night. As AJ is out from the clutch, Joe drops the mic and stands tall on the ramp to some chants from and some boos. We see what happened earlier with the Miz, Maurice, and Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella. Tom Heights a mixed match for the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. Still to come, segment, a new DQ match for the SmackDown tag titles. Match commercial. Back from the break, Paige is in her office. She orders a supper to make sure AJ gets full medical attention. Carmella walks in and Paige mocks her for losing the title at SmackDown. Carmella demands her rematch and says it better be one-on-one this time. R-Truth walks in and says Carmella has been ducking him for weeks, but now he will get that title shot by pinning her. Paige corrects him and he leaves, but stops and comes back to tell Carmella she got lucky this time. Paige grants Carmella's rematch for next week. No DQ match for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. Your main event. We go to the ring for tonight's main event. Now comes the New Day. Since I read the results, I was predicting the New Day to become new tag team champions. And here you go. Coming up. Right at you. New Day, Big E, and Xavier Woods, and Kofi Kingston. But no Big E for the match. He stays in the back. SmackDown Tag Team Champions Bludgeon Brothers are out next. Rowan and Harper. As Woods and Kofi will be representing the New Day tonight. No Big E. Bell rings and the two teams go at it. Rowan and Harper send their opponents out to the floor and follow. Taking control, Harper goes to suplex Kofi off the announce table, but he counters. Harper gets sent over to the announce table. Kofi and Woods put on the top. Rowan comes over and sends Woods into the barrier from the table. He's not selling any injury during the match yet. Rowan slams Kofi on the floor. He gets laid out on the floor, and the referee checks on him. Harper and Rowan return to the ring as we go to commercial. Back for the break, the two teams are still going at it. Harper works on Woods on the floor. Woods avoids a shot into the table and nails his discus elbow. Woods sends Harper face first into the table. Woods rocks Rowan in the ring. Rowan charges but tumbles over the top. Kofi drops Rowan on the floor with a boot to the chin. Kofi and Woods go under the ring for a ladder now. As the fans pop, they bring in the ring, but Rowan pulls them off the apron. Harper runs the ropes and nails a dive on Woods and Kofi as Rowan held them. Harper and Rowan toss chairs in the ring from underneath the ring. Fans chant for tables. They continue to dominate Woods and Kofi on the floor. They double team Kofi while Woods is laid out. Rowan charges and splashes Kofi into the barrier. Kofi gets hit into the big boot from Harper. Harper brings Kofi back into the ring, but he kicks out at two. Can't believe it. Woods drops Rowan on the floor. Kofi blocks a chair shot in the ring from Harper. Kofi drops Harper into a chair with a DDT. Harper kicks out at two. As Rowan broke up the pin by pulling Kofi out to the floor. Rowan then floors Kofi and then Woods on the outside. Rowan rolls back in with Harper. They double team Woods face first into the edge of the apron. They bring Woods into the ring now and they use a ladder to bridge two steel chairs with the ladder on top of the two chairs. As Woods was underneath the ladder and the chair at one point. Champions call for the finish, but they double slam Woods onto the ladder. But Kofi comes flying off the top. They grab Kofi in midair and slam him on top of the ladder bridge with the crucifix bomb. Kofi still kicks out at two. Rowan goes under the ring again and brings out a table. Fans pop. Rowan slides it up into the ring and Harper stands it up. Wood tries to pull Rowan off the steps, but he kicks him back. Kofi rolls to the floor, but Rowan headbutts him several times into the ring post. Rowan yells out to the crowd. Harper grabs one of their mallets and gives it to Rowan. Harper slaps Rowan a few times. Rowan tells him to do it again. It took him like 3 times, and then again. Rowan charges with a mallet and crashes through the timekeeper's barrier. Rowan lands worse than the Woods did as he assisted Kofi in moving. Harper super kicked Woods and checked on his partner. Harper brings Woods back into the ring as he sells on the arm injury. As he goes for a powerbomb through a table, but Kobe runs in with a mallet shot. Kobe into trouble in paradise on Harper. Kobe puts Harper on the table as Woods goes to the top. Woods nails a big elbow drop, putting Harper through the table. Kobe and Woods cover Harper for the pin and win the titles. After the match, Big E hits the ring to celebrate with Woods and Kobe as the music hits. And fans sing along. We go to replays. New Day enters the crowd to continue the celebration. As post SummerSlam edition, SmackDown goes off the air. SmackDown saw Jeff Hardy get himself disqualified in a match with Randy Orton. Hardy then destroyed Orton in a post-match attack, then went into the crowd. A video at this link breakup as Orton was helped to the back by officials. Rapper Whale will join the 205 Live commentary tonight. Drake Maverick ran down the matches. TJP versus Noam Dar and Lucha House Party versus Tony Nese. And Buddy Murphy in a tornado tag match for your 205 Live show. Vic Joseph, Percy Watson, Nigel Beginners welcome us and introduce Whale and special guest announce team. Before the match gets started, TJP says not to worry, this upcoming match will be over shortly. TJP makes fun of Dar's gimpy knee and knows that his own finisher is a knee bar, so it doesn't take a genius to figure out how things will end. TJP versus Noam Dar. While noting Dar had to ditch Alicia Fox before he could focus on his in-ring work, makes fun of TJP's name a bit. TJP ends up on the floor, gets on the mic, makes fun of Whale a bit. Dabs, and Dar ends up booting TJP in the head. Whale said, nobody dabs anymore, man. Nobody dabs anymore. Dar tosses TJP back in the ring and continues to work. Go to work. TJP is able to recover, tosses his opponent into the corner, and choke slams him on his foot. And it can be found at this link. Whale assisting with a fist bump. TJP continues to beat up Dar in the middle of the ring, points over at Whale, and kicks Dar's face down to the mat. Power slam on Dar. TJP to the apron, tries for a senton, but Dar lifts up his knees. Dar sweeps out TJP's legs from underneath him. Dar with a big uppercut. Running European uppercut. Northern Lights release suplex. Covers for 2. Dar swings. TJP ducks. Under a roll-up 2 count. TJP able to lock in a knee bar. Dar is trying to fight his way to the ropes and is able to grab the bottom rope. Dar with a hefty kick to send TJP to the mat. Hits another big kick to the head for the 1-2-3. Winner of the match, Noam Dar. Whale heads off after celebrating with Noam Dar. Earlier in the day, Drew Gulak said Alexander just threw a Hail Mary to beat him at SummerSlam and wants a rematch because he's the best cruiserweight in the world, not Alexander. Backstage, Kelly Braxton talked with 205 Live GM Drake Maverick about Gulak wanting a rematch. Maverick says opportunities aren't given out. They are earned in the ring. So for now, Gulak's request is denied. Akira Tozawa come up for a match with Colin Delaney. But before things get started, Drew Gulak, Brian Kendrick, and Jack Gallagher got in the ring and beat both of them down. Gulak says he's not leaving until he gets answers about his challenge for another shot at the title. Gulak calls out Maverick, but Cedric came out instead. Alexander calls out Gulak, but won't come to the ring until Kendrick Gallagher bounce. Alexander starts to walk to the ring, but Maverick and a bunch of referees stop him. Gulak gets on the mic and wonders what the AJ Alexander is and says it sucks. He wonders why Alexander has turned into a choir boy and knows why he's scared. Alexander finally breaks through, but Gulak heads out of the ring and leaves through the crowd with Gallagher and Kendrick. Smiling as he exits, scared. You're running away, Alexander yells. Tony Nese and Buddy Murphy versus Grand Metallic and Les Dorado. Murphy and Nese get booted out to the floor. Metallic and Dorado attempt to fly, but both were pulled out to the floor. Back inside the ring, Dorado and Metallic on the apron. Both send their opponents out to the floor. Stereo moonsault out to the floor. Metallic tosses Nese into the ring, covers for a 2 count. Murphy slams Dorado's head back on the steel ramp. Metallic with a flip over the top rope, but is caught by both guys and sent flying into the barricade. And that can be seen at this link. Action back in the ring. Metallic with a flip off the ropes. Arm drag. Walks along the ropes. Hits a missile drop kick. Chop to Murphy's chest. Walks up the ramps. Walks up the ropes. Tries for Hurricanrana. Nope. Murphy plants him to the mat. Covers for a 2 count. Murphy with a bunch of haymakers to Metallic's face. Knees for the pound slam. Covers. Dorado breaks up the count. Drop kicks. Take down both Nice and Murphy. Chops and Nice. Drop kick to Murphy. Dorado ducks the charging Murphy, who hits his own partner. Dorado with a snap Hurricanrana on Murphy. Covers for a 2. Dorado a springboard moonsault on both Nice and Murphy. Both were supposed to catch him, but Nice fell down, so it looked like Dorado just cleared them out. Dorado with a tornado DDT on Murphy. Covers for a 2. Dorado heads up top, but he gets crotched on the top turnbuckle. Both Nice and Murphy go up. Metallic smacks Nice off to the floor. Murphy plants Metallic. Nice with a second rope moonsault. Dorado comes flying off the top rope on Nice. Murphy with a powerbomb on Dorado. Covers for a 2 count. Quite the sequence there from everyone involved. Murphy and Dorado end up on the top rope. Nice climbs up, gets hit, and goes into a tree of woe position. Snap suplex on Dorado. Metallic walks halfway across the top rope. Hits a drop kick on Nice. Double knee drop from Murphy on Metallic. All four swinging away on each other in the middle of the ring. Murphy mistakenly kicks Nice. Murphy gets sent out to the floor. Metallic and Dorado hit 3 moonsaults, covers. Murphy breaks up the pin. Dorado tries to wipe out Nice from the apron and completely misses. Metallic with a crazy Hurricanrana from the top rope, sending Nice from the apron down on Murphy. Metallic's mask come off after the move. Callisto, the referee, goes over to help cover him while he gets back up. Callisto checks on Metallic, says he's not doing okay. Murphy rips Callisto's shirt off and shows Callisto back. Murphy back into the ring and Metallic and hammers him. Referee checks on Metallic for a moment. Callisto trips up Murphy for the slingshot, slight distraction. Float over powerbomb by Metallic. Covers for the 1, 2, 3. Winner of the match, lets Dorado and grab Metallic. If there's any results fine for the dark match after 205 tapings, I'll write it in my description. Thanks again. Peace out. See you when I be. If you don't know, just call me, brothers and sisters.